Hi, Virgo Moons. Thank you so much for being here. I am Divine Femme Carrot 144. Very happy, grateful, and blessed to bring you this reading. This reading is designed for those who have their moon sign in the zodiac sign of Virgo. Unlimited to anyone who should find this message or should this message find you. For your reading, I have quite an extensive amount of information to share for you. This being all of what I channeled, part of it will be connected to my experiences. I do have strong Virgo energy in my chart. And what I am going to share is going to connect to the channel that I got from what you see here as the first picture here. So I'm going to do a Love, Money, and You card spread. We'll do a moon card reading for you. I am in the midst of doing a Herbal Infusion, what I'm calling is a Herbal Infusion edition, offering supportive herbs for each of the zodiac signs to be able to assist and support you at this current time and then as you move along on your journey. This all being channeled stuff, but this is also a lot of what I've incorporated since coming into a spiritual quest back in, I want to say around 2018. And navigating, going through Dark Night of the Souls, going through certain experiences. I've expressed my experiences with being psychically attacked. I also continue to speak my truth. And so take what resonates for any of this. I'm not going to apologize for the length of this because God has guided me to share this information in the way that I'm doing so. Feel free, if you don't want to listen to this section, just go on to the cards. But I am going to start, and I do have quite a bit of readings here. So with the first picture, we'll go ahead and get started so we don't keep this too long. I have your herb, your channel herb is going to be eucalyptus. And I have a spray of eucalyptus that I have shared on my channels. I've had patchouli before, and this being the one that I was guided to get and then share with everyone. But these are going to be eucalyptus trees. And so when I was doing research for the eucalyptus plant, this was the one that resonated with me the most. This has been used as a part of a psychic attack in an attempt to attack whatever, for whatever reason, I'm not sure, but attack my confidence, which isn't going to happen because it's those two, they just don't correlate. I'm not on that level. So what I got once I seen this here, and first let me read the properties of this, and then I'll go into, because I have a couple of other things underneath there. Beneath the surface. So eucalyptus is good for healing, protection, purification, clearing of negative energies, promotes emotional balance, and getting guided to do this. It also enhances spiritual awareness. All right, so we have the eucalyptus plant. The next photo is going to be of my daughter's graduation. The reason why I came to this picture is because of a story that my daughter told me and my son while we were out there visiting her for her graduation that just took place in December. She graduated cum laude from the University of North Carolina, Pembroke. Pembroke is actually, it's a tribal land area. And so the stories that she was telling us, it was very captivating for me. And so then with the eucalyptus picture, I automatically thought of the trees that she talked to us about, because there's a lot of trees around there that look just like this. And so I also got this being very symbolic. I also have the Mars notification as I was trying to take this picture where this came in. I didn't quite get the photo I wanted, and I have another one, but I wanted to get the one of them all standing, and even the audience, everyone's standing, because I get representation of trees. So then that takes me to, and this is all in Pembroke, North Carolina. The next picture is going to be of my daughter, who again has graduated. getting her bachelor's degree. She's now going to school in Kansas, getting her master's degree. And so when I was gathering this picture, I was meditating to the sun mantra. And then the synchronicities are going to be here for you, however that resonates for you. I do see the energy of 1111 here, but and then also the number 10, I also noticed it's here too. And it's just, this whole ceremony was completely fascinating. The music that you hear in the background right now is inspired by what I picked up here from this whole experience being here in North Carolina, in Pembroke specifically. And so they had opening and closing ceremony. The opening ceremony was led by a chief who played a beautiful flute. And he led, so the tribe, they have beauty pageants. And they had, I want to say it was the Miss, and then the young Miss, and then the little Miss. I believe there was another one too, I can't remember. But they were all being led by this chief down the aisle where you would see. They came from the same entrance here and went all the way to the front of the stage, stood on the stage, continued to play this music, and no one, not one person in this audience made a sound. Everyone was tuned in to this beautiful flute music, and it was so healing and it was so beautiful. And for me, it took me back beyond this lifetime. I totally resonate as a Native American due to what has happened here in this country with a lot of my family history. I don't have a lot of knowledge of anything past my great-grandparents, really. It's quite a miss. Of course, you can go to the ancestry stuff that's given and provided by documented government, whatever. None of that it's all handed down. And so I don't resonate with that particular information. Some of it may be true, but there's so much out there that I don't know, and that a lot of others don't know about their family history and their background. But being connected to your soul, when you listen to your soul and follow your soul is going to guide you. Both of my children are attending colleges based off Native American lands. I noticed this as I was sitting in this audience. Super proud of my children. Super proud of myself because I nurtured each of my babies while being physically abused, mentally abused, verbally abused, while being married. And I don't hold anything. I forgive my former husband. I don't hold anything against him. I'm not the perfect person. I wasn't the perfect person either. I had my things too. But this just speaks to a testament of what it is that I experienced as a mother from the time that my children were conceived. And I made sure that each of my children were very nurtured and very much cared for and loved from the time that they were conceived. And as I say that, I see my daughter looking. So anyway, this was a very nostalgic moment, and being connected to the Native American energy, I just felt obligated to share this. The next photo after this is going to be of my son's items here. And this is his tassel for his cap and gown, and then I got him a little extra stuff for his graduation that came with this package. This isn't all of it, but he's got a lanyard here too. So this being very special here too, the colors of blue, I also see black, the energy of Saturn, and then the white purity of Cancer is also coming through. And that just bringing me to the security and the stability. But then also the Virgin energy that comes from Virgo. I also get that too. Virgo and Pisces, Jesus energy is what I'm getting there. And then speaking of these colors, I graduated from Roosevelt High School. The mascot are Rough Riders. Both of my children also attended that school. Another legacy. So this is it's a beautiful cycling of energy, and I'm just very, very grateful. It's I feel like it's the eucalyptus energy of healing and being a mother and knowing what that feels like. And then the the Venus aura is beginning right now. I just got a notification, so that's even more beautiful Empress energy, and I thank you, God, for that support there. So then the next photo is going to be the trees that I photographed while I was driving. I don't recommend you doing this. And then the sun energy is going to be down here. I had that down there. And this is a video, so this is why it looks like this, because I just continued as I was driving, just holding my phone while watching the road. But these are the trees. They look just like these here, but they're not the same thing. So the story with the trees and the reason why I took this video is, again, I've said this before, like, you never know why you really do things until later on when everything comes together and then it all makes sense. But my daughter, the story that she told us while we were spending time together after she graduated, she said that those trees were built purposely. Well, this is the word that's resonating amongst these children here at the school. But she said that these trees were built on purpose, meticulously placed, and also built to be in skinny form, so that any slaves that would try to escape, it would make it harder for them to leave, to get away, and make it easier for them to be caught. It was a very eerie feeling. And then even videotaping these trees here, it was super eerie. I tried to research it and look it up. I feel, again, it just goes back to history not being known, history not being passed down, word not being passed down about the knowledge, the true knowledge of what really lies beneath the surface of things that are in front of us all day, every day, where we take things for face value for most parts. A lot of unawakened individuals do this, it being common, but it all happening for the greatest good, because, again, we're all here to be our best selves and to enjoy our lives. And so the history that continues to rise, it rises so that it can be made aware of, so that it can discontinue. Slavery has not discontinued, especially among people of the same color. So then the next picture I have is this. While I was gathering these photos here, I came across an old folder that I have of pictures that I've taken of preschoolers. I used to be a photographer, and I was a certified trainer for the company LifeTouch before they got bought out by Shutterfly. And then I kind of stayed around for a little bit, had some problems. I do believe it was a part of the manipulation that I've expressed on my community post. And children being connected to that as well, not wanting to see the children that I see every day because my energy was being infiltrated. But this picture, it's super adorable. The little baby, she's, you can see she's a little Caucasian baby. For all we know, this baby could have Native American roots, but guarantee she's going to come up in this world believing that she's fully Caucasian in this country of North America. Continent, I should say. Country of the United States of America. And so underneath this blanket, there's a wooden box. It's a crate. There's wood everywhere. And then there's 2 pumpkins. Pumpkins are really good prosperous energy. They're also good for vitamin A if you eat pumpkin. For some, it's not good for my blood type. I have a B positive blood type, and pumpkin is not good. It's harmful for my blood type. I eat according to my blood type for most things due to the blood type in itself and nourishing my blood rather than poisoning it with certain food items that I should not be eating. So anyway, this little baby here is sitting in this wooden crate, and I just got how that breakdown of that slavery mentality and how those trees were built, and then trees being torn down to create, and what this has created and what this has been produced, and how it just manifests into the beauty here. This is transmutation. This is also innocence, because this baby is not being judged. She's being loved for exactly who it is that she is. And this is what lies from within us, just like this wooden crate underneath this blanket, just like the trees that are hiding the slaves. All right, so I'm going to move on because I do have quite a bit of reading here. So another thing I want to say, this was a channeled energy I got for you. I also got the title The Enforcers for your reading. Another one of the stories that my daughter told, she said that she went to the store one day and someone asked her if she was from there. And she said no, and then asked why, and they said that she looked like she was Lumbee. And that's where she first learned about the Lumbee tribe, and that being connected to the school that she went to at University of North Carolina, Pembroke. So then I researched, and I have a few things here I'm going to read about the Lumbee tribe. I do have these photos here. I'll leave these here. And this is a part of the way of life here. But I'm going to start with who the Lumbee is. Who are the Lumbee? The 55,000 members of the Lumbee tribe of North Carolina reside primarily in Robeson, Hokie, Cumberland, and Scotland counties. The Lumbee tribe is the largest tribe in North Carolina, the largest tribe east of the Mississippi River, and the 9th largest in the nation. The Lumbee take their name from the Lumbee River, which winds its way through Robeson County. Pembroke, North Carolina is the North Carolina is the economic, cultural, and political center of the tribe. And I will say, oh my goodness, the conditions were very dire there. They had just built a new movie theater, and it's like the biggest thing in town. That's how, I mean, if that says anything. But I feel that just speaks to, people being more down to earth and appreciative of what it is that they have, and more respectful towards others and kind towards people. The Lumbee people have been recognized by the state of North Carolina since 1885, and at the same time established a separate school system that would benefit tribal members. In 1887, the state established the I want to say they meant to put Croatian Normal Indian School, or it could be Croatan Normal Indian School, which is today the University of North Carolina at Pembroke, where my daughter went to school. In 1956, a bill was passed by the United States Congress which recognized the Lumbee as Indian, but denied the tribe full status as a federally recognized Indian tribe. Federal recognition for the tribe is currently being sought through federal legislation. For more information regarding Lumbee federal recognition, and then it goes on into a link there. Okay, so then the Lumbee way of life, and we're seeing the cabins here, and this is going to be more wood. One of the other reasons I want to say I'm getting this all here too is because I've mentioned this before too, that I feel that anything that's been taken by any tribe or even Latins, I just feel there's a slow creep of a karmic return, and not necessarily a takeover, but anything that's been taken is being returned respectfully. Okay, so it says, and this just kind of describes some of the conditions. The main thing, I'm going to read the main one. Let's see. Okay, so for a very long time, Lumbee have enjoyed hog killings as events which brought neighbors together for a day of work and fun. Pork was such an important staple in the local diet that most of the corn grown prior to the World War II was fed to hogs, and most of the hogs then were butchered for home consumption. Some of the conditions, it says here, the bed is made on the floor, generally a clay floor. There's no division in the cabin, and there would be a great majority of the family living in this cabin here. So then, past efforts will be here. And this speaks on the efforts of them wanting to be recognized. So draft of the 1888 petition. In 1888, the Lumbee tribe petitioned to Congress for recognition and assistance. The petition sought federal assistance for the tribe and for the tribe's schools. The petition was denied due to a lack of funding by the Commissioner of Indian Affairs. And then it just goes to talk about later attempts, 1913, 1914. More bills were introduced to Congress in 1924, 1932, 1933, all being denied. And then it says, finally, in 1958, Congress passed the Lumbee Act, which recognized the tribe as Indian. However, the act withheld the full benefits of federal recognition from the tribe. And then there was another request made. I think the final outcome was completely denied as well. And they were actually denominated as Indians. And then the last part that I have here is about recognition. And I'll just show that picture there. In 1885, the tribe was recognized as Indian by the state of North Carolina. The tribe has sought full federal recognition from the United States government. In 1956, Congress passed the Lumbee Act, which recognized the tribe. However, the act withheld the full benefits of recognition. Efforts are currently underway to pass federal legislation that grants full recognition to the Lumbee tribe of North Carolina. The following sections, and that's what I just read, will detail the tribe's history, origins, religion, language, and education, as well as studies and efforts for federal recognition. This is livelihood. So we're 20 minutes in. Hierophant, High Priestess wanted to show themselves together here. This is going to be union. This is a strong spiritual connection, most likely going to be twin flames, a higher spiritual level of love and commitment, loyalty, integrity, leadership, and enlightenment. Great intuitiveness here too, and there's great connectivity and balance with the energy of 7 there. So let's go ahead and get to your cards. I will try to make this as quick as possible. I do thank you all for your patience and participation and listening if you did. I do hope that that information has been helpful for all of you too. I'm going to reposition and get your cards here. So let's get your first card. And I'm not taking reversals. We'll get your first card for love for Virgo moon. We have the 10 of Wands and the Ace of Pentacles. Is this karmic return? I believe so. And I feel, here's the trees. So thank you, God. Thank you, Spirit, for guiding me to do that. Nice little introduction. It just confirms. And with this being in the love, this is being gifted and being given back to, being treated fairly, being given what is rightfully meant for one. In a very divine way here too, as I see this hand here with the green nails. Pentacles is going to be your energy, and then also Capricorn and Taurus. 10s are about endings. It's also Saturnian energy. I do get the Wheel of Fortune and there being misfortune connected to this 10 of Wands, of having a lot on one's plate, being heavily burdened. Being a Midas energy, as everything that you touch turns to gold. This could even be a counterpart energy. I do see this also possibly being the Hierophant and High Priestess. Interchangeable energies, both spiritually and physically. And I do see another energy of 10 here. And then also this being a 1 here and then 10 here. I even seen the 110 in that audience picture of the graduation. I see 1 here, 0 here. So taking what one has been given as heaviness, touching all of these and turning them into gold. That's Saturn energy as well. Saturn is about also to being able to take ashes and turn them into gold. Being strong in Saturn energy. So that's beautiful. Taking the weight of anything that's been given, turning it into gold. and being gifted with this. As within, so is without. As above, so is below. Fairness is also what I get here. This is a new beginning, having nothing to do with the past. This cycle ending here of 10 breaks down to a 1, going into a new beginning, learning whatever needed to come from all of these here. And again, a lot has been learned because this is pure gold that's being held here. Great abundance is here in both cards. So anything that's been given and dealt for one person as, you know, a way of projecting any kind of heaviness or having to deal with any kind of burdens. Heavy, heavy payoff right there. Beautiful energy. I almost feel like we don't need to get your money, but I do feel that what's going to come in the money section will explain why this is here in the love. Love and money are going to be connected for higher spiritual connections as well. So let's get your money card for Virgo Moon. Money card for Virgo Moon. All right. It's a win. This is the Hierophant and the High Priestess. 5, 2. Balanced. This is an energy of balance overall here. Past life energy is coming through. Being healers. Higher level spiritual energy. Very intuitive. I also get flight energy and flying high and rising above and soaring. And having great ability to do this. I do get the energy of the stars being connected to the cosmos and the universe. I've got my feet shod with the preparation of the gospel. I've got my sword of the spirit and my shield of faith. I've got my breastplate on and my helmet of salvation. I've got on the armor of God and I'm ready for the battle. That wanted to come through there. I feel this is just victory. Victory of this union, victory of this abundance, of this blessing, of this unity, of this spirituality, of this love. This is beautiful love energy with Libra coming through. 7 energy is also going to be 7th house energy of Libra, Libra being connected to Venus. And we're in the current energy of Venus right now too. Beautiful energy. Chariot energy is also about surrendering and sitting and assessing, along with that balance, and that being how that balance is maintained and is even established in the first place. But I see 2 stable energies. I even see one being a home, one being a castle. And then black and white energy, that completely correlates with the sanctity of the spirituality of the High Priestess and the Hierophant. And then the ancient Egyptian energy could definitely speak to past life love between you and your person as these counterpart energies. Winning, overcoming obstacles or anything that might come one's way. Hard work paying off. Let's get your U card for Virgo Moon. Virgo Moon. Okay, and then we have love here with the Knight of Cups. That's being an offer of love. So just speaking to the amount of love that I was picking up with the pairing coming through from the Chariot. This is the strong Cancerian energy here too. This is a card of Cancer. And then we have the 8 of Swords and the 3 of Cups. I get this as being mean girls or mean guys, third-party situations, people taking delight in attempting to have someone stuck here. And I do get this being the Divine Feminine. I get this being the High Priestess, this being the Hierophant. And this being about rising above low vibrational situations here. And then also transmuting this energy. And I did get that before. And being in celebratory mode. And reaping one's harvest. And there being happiness. Being protected by the 3 graces too. Is what I also get here. So I get that it brings me back to this here. Anything that was meant or designed with negative intent, it just turns into gold and becomes more abundant for the person that's being targeted. And so I even see this almost looking like Native American descent. And the home being back here, someone being tied up, blindfolded, mistreated here with 3 swords here, 5 of swords of doing what it takes to win at all cost. I get that this 3 of swords may be connected to this Knight of Cups, and this could be an apology. I'm getting judgment that may have taken place initially. And then someone, this is the Hierophant energy. Possibly what has happened here with the High Priestess. Whatever's happened here, it's helped the souls to really go within. And this High Priestess energy has gone within the depths of her soul to connect to her counterpart. Counterpart hears it and comes forth, regardless of the situation here. So I do get this 5 of swords being connected to what I was picking up here with the mean girls or mean guys at someone else's expense. And so that Native American energy, I see these as trees. And these being the slave owners attempting to have someone as a slave and taking delight in this. And given that this is the Melanin Classic Tarot deck, all of these energies are of the same color. So as much separation as cultures of color have had in the past, I don't even want to continue. I'll do this here. This is deserved love being given. On the bottom, you have the Strength card. The hair looks very similar here on the Lion to the feminine here. This is a magician energy, pretending to be a pure person, trying to control and keep the mouth closed. The mouth it's not covered here, but you can see this person trying to close the mouth here. These are 2 8s. There were a lot of 8s in those readings that I did for the Lumbee tribe, and 8s are connected to prosperity. They're also signature of Saturn. So this is karma that's being delivered. And whether it's been good or bad, it's coming back the way that it was sent out. Let's get your final card. Everything that's happened, help these two, you and your person here, to elevate and to be the strong spiritual leaders that you really truly are, and to be more of your truth here too, and to also gain more knowledge and wisdom that you're designed to have to be able to help others. I do feel that this is a movement that's leading into helping others to awaken even more to their truths so that they can stop walking around like zombies and hurting one another and killing one another. Let's get your final card. This went right on the High Priestess card. As within, so is without. This High Priestess is this abundant energy here. And because of that, and how she's possibly been treated, the gift is here. I just did a reading for Leo moons, and that title was Promise Made, Promise Kept. That's a promise from God. So I'm going to grab the reading for this. This is Taurus energy. Taurus energy will be here in the second house, and then also as the Hierophant. Beautiful blend of balance, speaking to the abundance of a higher spiritual connection. And it's on page 44. That automatically takes me to the energy of Mot and Judgment Day, and the karma energy that's coming through heavy for this reading. All right, prosperity lies ahead, new moon in Taurus. This card will often come up when you're inquiring about a financial matter or when you're doubting your self-worth. The card suggests you can have what you want, including material things, but you must believe in yourself. This comes down to the law of attraction. Value yourself and others will value you too. You can create abundance. Taurus is associated with luxurious Venus, and this card holds the new moon energy, so now is a good time to make a 12-month financial plan. This card can also signal the start of a new relationship or of sexier times. Yeah. If you've been wrestling with something for a long time, the new moon is sturdy. Taurus is a sign not to give up just yet. Strong Taurus energy that's here. This is so pretty. Great energy of transmutation and just taking a bunch of bullshit and turning it into gold. This is totally Saturn all over the place. Attune to the moon by getting or giving a massage. Healthy body, healthy mind. Additional meanings for this card. You will soon be able to afford the thing you're dreaming of. Getting clear on what you most value will help you find peace. Take some time out to pamper yourself. Start a standing order to a savings account, no matter how small. The teaching. We often feel that it's somehow wrong to focus on our finances, but the truth is that money can make life far more comfortable from a physical point of view. And then I'm just getting the whole Lumbee tribe situation and their story and their background. Oh boy. Let's see. I'll start from the beginning because I don't like when I interrupt, but when I channel, I channel. So it says, I'll continue on here. Taurus knows this, and the new moon in Taurus is the time to work your magic to create the money you want, so you can have the creature comforts you want. And I do see it's been created here. Job well done. Remember, though, that someone else is still wishing for what you already have. And then that just takes me back to the appreciation of what these tribes are given and not given, and make the best with what they have and appreciate it and know really truly, what that means as far as richness in life. And it not necessarily having to do with money, but finding that richness in life and realizing that you can create with that richness from within yourself. Being a Midas energy. So, Virgo moons, this was your reading. I hope that these messages were helpful, enlightening, and empowering and enriching here for you. I thank you all so much for your continued love and support. Welcome to all new subscribers. And until we meet again, I wish you all the very best. Take great care. I love you all so much. Happy healing. Peace.